picot foot. This does come with buttonholes and centered itself and already clipped off the fabric.
Hey everyone, this is Sarah with sewingpartsonline.com, and did you know there are some fabrics that you cannot use pins with? Well, Clover has thought of the solution. These are the Wonder Clips. I'm going to talk about what they are and how to start using them with your projects. So there's a few reasons you're going to love these Wonder Clips. Okay, with some fabrics you can't use pins in, or you don't really want to use pins in because once you put a hole in it, it just gets worse. Things like your laminates, your vinyls, leather, fabrics like that. Same as with like silks or satins, you have to stick to the seam allowance. But if you're using these, you're not going to damage the fabric. And I'll show you how easily it's going to glide through the sewing machine. It's not going to mess up anything. The backs are flat, so it does feed very smoothly. Nicely done. All right, calling all quilters, with these Wonder Clips, you will be able to add binding pretty quickly and easily. You know how with pins, when you have a good thick quilt, they can start to ripple or the pins will have to bend. Well, that distorts all of your binding. These, since they're so strong, clip right in and you're good to go. Now also on the back side of this, if you need to, there are little tiny markings here. You can mark 1/4 of an inch. So if you want to use a zipper foot, this can act as a seam gauge. It's pretty cool, all the fun things these can do. I'll show you really quick how this works with all those thick fabrics. Let's move our needle over a bit and give it a good sew. Now if you normally sew your binding onto the edge and then turn it over to cover these raw edges and like hand sew it down, you don't have to do that anymore, because if you want to take your Wonder Clips and just line it right up against that edge, have it lined up right against the back so you know that you're not nicking into this, the bobbin will be right along there, but that you're sure to be nicking the front, you can get a zipper foot out, so right along this edge, the back will look nice and clean and you've just saved yourself hours of time. The last thing I want to point out about these is that if you're trying to teach your children how to sew, this is the best thing you can buy because they don't hurt, they're great for little fingers, and unlike pins, they're not going to, prick anyone or, risk, pins falling on the floor and people stepping on them. So if you have children and you want to teach them how to sew, these are the perfect tool to get them started. I let my 3-year-old use them and he's doing pretty well. So those are the Wonder Clips. To purchase your Wonder Clips, visit us online at sewingpartsonline.com, on Google+ or on Facebook at facebook.com/sewingpartsonline.